Hello and welcome. My name is Alec, and today I'm making a video specifically for the ladies. This is how to attract your husband or committed partnership, and 7 things not to do while you're attracting him. All right, ladies, so something I always love to talk about first, and that I think is really beautiful, is that it is completely natural for a person in a female body to manifest something out of nothing, or out of almost nothing. It is in your very nature, and you might have guessed I'm specifically talking about your ability to bring forth a live human being, a beautiful baby, just simply by the magic, the manifestation magic that is inherent in your female body. So keeping that in mind, it is very natural for you to also be able to manifest circumstances in your life with the same type of energy. So I want you to use this frame when you're considering manifesting your future husband or your partnership, your boyfriend, whatever it is that you are seeking, because it is your superpower. So that's cool. Men, we can do it too, but we oftentimes think that we need to do more action. Go, 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 make it happen, all that stuff, which is sometimes very helpful. But with this video, thinking about attracting this person in with our energy. That's the fundamental, most important thing to understand with doing this work, is by the energy that you are putting out, you are attracting this person into your life. You are an electromagnetic being, and the frequencies that you are transmitting, the vibrations that you are transmitting, are attracting the experiences that you have into your life. So that's wonderful. So I'm going to start with the things that we must try to avoid while doing this manifestation process. These things will slow it down and or distract and delay you. They'll move you in the wrong direction. So number 1 thing to avoid is focusing on the past. Your past does not control your future any more than the wake is driving the ship. A lot of people see past failures, past heartbreaks, past unsuccessful relationships as a reason to believe that they're not worthy, not attractive, not good enough to have the kind of love that they want. This is objectively wrong, and it's not a helpful frame of mind to use. I prefer to think about it as you are one step closer. So each time you learn what you don't want, you are getting closer to what you do want. So each relationship that didn't work out, you learned something. You learned something about you, you learned something about what you want from a partner and what you don't want. So take that information and move forward and see yourself as being one step closer to the divine selection, the person who you are really going to be in alignment with. All right, number 2 is waiting for a relationship to be happy. We want to be really enjoying the process of being single and attracting a man into your life, rather than being like, okay, well, once he gets here, then I'll be happy, then I'll feel good, then I'll, get in shape, then I'll get that good job. Whatever it is, you don't ever want to be pushing your manifestations, your joy, way out into the future, waiting for something to happen in order to enjoy yourself, because that can take forever. So this needing somebody else to be happy is also going to be a repellent energy. It's going to push people away and make it even harder to attract the relationship that you desire. So similar but slightly different energy as this is looking for somebody else to complete you. Know this, you are whole and complete as you are. Also, you're infinitely loved and taken care of. You have nothing to fear. So knowing this and coming from a place of wholeness is going to make it much easier to attract somebody else who is already in that place themselves. Otherwise, we have a tendency to attract things like codependency or incompatible attachment styles, or, even on the extreme end, crazy narcissists, or people who are in a really bad place with depression, anxiety, whatever it is, the type of energy that you don't want to attract necessarily. Of course, we all go through some of that stuff sometimes, but you will attract somebody who is vibrating on a similar frequency as you. So that is how you will draw them in to yourself. I'm going to be saying that a lot in this video because it's all about repetition. Repetition. So the next one is not knowing your value. Understand in this situation that you, if you choose to, have the blessing of being the selector. You're a unique and wonderful person, and since there is nobody else like you in the world, you can think of yourself as a valuable catch for any person who might be able to, start a relationship with you in any way. Valuing yourself on this level is going to attract people who are also doing the same, valuing themselves on a higher level. And starting a relationship with this energy can also really be useful in terms of not having people who will try and take advantage of you, or cross over boundaries, or basically disrespect you in any way. You have to understand that the people around you will treat you the same way that you are treating yourself internally. Not how you are saying you're treating yourself, but how you actually believe yourself to be on a deep subconscious level. Next up, and perhaps the most important one, is not knowing what you want. So many people go out there and they're just simply seeking love, or they're simply seeking a relationship. This works for attracting love or attracting a relationship, but if you're seeking long-term compatibility, if you really want to make it work with somebody, well enough to, for instance, get married and build a family, raise a family, you're going to want to get more specific, and I mean way more specific. So what I do when I work with my clients is I really spend a lot of time thinking about this. What is this person like who you're attracting? What do they believe to be true about the world? What do they do with their time? Even what kind of music do they like to listen to? What are their, do they like to travel? Another important thing to think about, like, what are their sexual preferences? How do they like to engage in the bedroom? Because you want to be compatible in that regard, and it may not seem like it matters that much as the relationship begins, but over the months and years go by, this stuff will keep on coming up. So I really like to think about having your pathways in alignment. You can imagine who this person is, and you can also imagine who you must be in order to attract this person. Where must you go in order to meet this person? What type of events? What type of social group? Where are you going to find them? And you don't necessarily have to know all the answers, but what you're doing when you're doing this is you're first of all, you're putting out an order to the universe. You're letting it know, letting source energy know what it is that you desire, what you're creating. And the other thing is you're increasing your odds. You're putting yourself in the right place, putting yourself in the right place, putting yourself in the right place over and over again. It's going to be really hard and possibly impossible to meet somebody if you're just kind of closed down. You're in your little hermit zone, not going out, not socializing, not meeting people. It could happen still, but you want to increase the chances. Put yourself out there. Put yourself in the right place. And another important thing to do when you're doing this is to think about connecting with a carefree confidence. This type of energy is really attractive both to men and women. But the thing that it does for you, if you can cultivate this, is that it doesn't put so much pressure on each interaction that you have. It means that you won't take rejection or perceived rejection from a person so hard, because you're coming from a place of knowledge of self and love for self and the carefree confidence that basically makes this whole game of love attraction much easier and much more fun to play. If you're kind of going at it with this energy of fear and scarcity and not good enoughness, it's not a very fun game to play. It's kind of a stressful game to play, actually. And you'll always be, kind of just scared of having a bad date or scared of having your feelings hurt. And really, it's like that fear can almost completely cripple you in this regard, in this game of attracting love, because it is necessary to put yourself out there, and by doing that, you are allowing yourself to be vulnerable. But as I said, doing so with the energy of carefree confidence makes it lighter. It makes it so you don't need to worry so much about each individual interaction, knowing that each one is bringing you one step closer to the one, the divine selection, the person who you are attracting with your being, with your energetic signature. And so number 7 is not getting caught up on material circumstances. This one is very important for men, especially because we oftentimes feel like we need to kind of have it all figured out. We need to be successful in our careers and have abundant money and kind of just be able to be a provider. And, I think that certainly as the years go by is more and more expected by females looking for partners. But you don't want to stop yourself before you start by waiting for everything to be perfect. You can, and you certainly will, have more stuff to figure out once you find your partner. And chances are you'll actually be more capable of manifesting, more capable of creating abundance after you come together than you are separately. That is if your pathways, your intentions, your belief systems are in alignment. So that is to say, basically, don't wait until everything's perfect, because you'll wait forever. All right. So that is the top 7 things not to do to manifest your partner. So I'll quickly review them. Number 1, focusing on the past. Number 2, waiting for a relationship to be happy. Number 3, looking for another person to complete you. You are whole and complete as you are. Don't forget. Number 4, focusing on being single. Number 5, not knowing your value. Number 6, not knowing what you want. And number 7, getting caught up on material circumstances. So, getting into the actual manifesting, I talked all about what not to do, a little bit about what to do. But how do we manifest this specific person, the divine selection? Well, we can simply take that list and reverse each one of those items. Let's do it. Number 1, focus on the present moment and the exciting future that you are creating. Living your life with a joyous expectancy of the good things to come, the miracles that are in your field coming towards you. Loving in the present moment, embodying the energy that you are seeking to attract from your relationship now, in the present moment, as much as possible. That's the trick. Number 2, choosing to be happy and grateful about your life right now. Pretty similar to those two. Number 3, remember that you are whole and complete as you are. You, and only you, are responsible for your own happiness. This will be true for the rest of your life. Cool, huh? It's exciting. Really exciting. All right, where was I? I said, remember that you're whole and complete as you are. Keep saying it, it's important. Number 4 is enjoying being single. It's actually really fun being single. You have freedom. You can do what you want. You can go where you want. You can do that whenever you want. When you're in a relationship, and especially once you have marriage and children, you do not have that same type of freedom, especially in the early childhood years, which is where I'm at right now. I really love and enjoy all of my family time, and I realize how much fun it was to be completely single and free. So me and my wife are excited for all of the days to come, watching the whole progression of our children growing up, and we'll also be excited once we can have a little bit of time together with the two of us. One of these days, it's coming. So, number 5, knowing your value and seeking to raise it even higher. It's a little bit of a paradox or a duality in that we want to really acknowledge and appreciate our inherent value as a human being, a child of God. And we want to seek to raise up our talents and abilities, our fitness, our strength, our flexibility, our relationship skills, our loving kindness, all of these things, whatever the areas of your life that you find to be most important, you can actually attract a relationship by simply seeking to improve yourself in these ways. It's very attractive. People like people who are doing interesting things, who are going places, who are moving forward. Number 6, get crystal clear about what you desire. Touched on this already. I'll say it again. Know what you want, know what you don't want. Know what you want, know what you don't want. And finally, number 7, being grateful for all the love and abundance that you already have in your life. Acknowledging and appreciating this energy is going to attract more of that same type of energy, perhaps, and I will say probably, in the form of a relationship. That's about all, but 2 more things, and these are potentially the most important things. So, understand now that by asking for this, by really putting it out there, sincerely asking for love, sincerely asking for a relationship, a loving relationship, and having faith that it is coming to you, source energy says, thank you. This is what we do. It's our specialty. So it's on its way, if you be asking and having faith. Finally, if you would like more assistance with this, if you would like to work with me on a one-on-one basis, this is the work that I do, coaching people through all of this process and more so that we can attract what we desire into our lives. The way that I do this is through subconscious reprogramming and a proven process, a technique that was developed by one of my favorite mentors, Bob Proctor. So what I do with my clients is I take them through this entire progression, basically rewriting your self-image and your subconscious programs with the intention of attracting the life that you desire. So if that is what you're looking for, you've come to the right place. I will help you to attract your committed partnership within 6 months. Or I will help you, I will work with you for free until you do. The catch there is that you have to actually do the work that I prescribe. You have to be actually doing the exercises and actually going through the processes. Otherwise, I could be working with you for years and years, which I don't really have the time to do. So my intention with this work is to help you get where you need to go as quickly as possible. I should say where you want to go, and give you tools with which to work, with for the rest of your life in your deliberate creation process. So I'm going to put the link down below. If that's what you're seeking, you can go ahead and sign up for a free 30-minute introduction call. And that is a free coaching call where I will basically get clear about where you are and where you want to go and give you some tools to get started with. If at the end of the call it looks like we are a good match for working together, we can talk about those options. If not, no worries. You've just got yourself a free coaching call, and I really do genuinely enjoy doing this work for people. So that's it. Click on the link, sign up. If you like this video, go ahead, give it a like, give it a comment, subscribe to my channel. It helps me to reach you, and it helps me to reach more people. That's all. Thanks for watching, everybody.